Hello, and in this Successful Garden Design Tips video, we're going to look at a planting border that's gone a little bit wrong and how you fix it. Now, I have a confession, I'm slightly in the doghouse over this one because the border we're going to look at is for my parents. And as you might have gathered by the light levels, I'm back in the UK and I'm not here often. So this was a border I was meant to have fixed a few years back, but I never got round to it. So really have to do it now. So let me show you what the problem is. Okay, so here's the offending border in question. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so this garden, when it was designed back in, I think probably 2008, 2009, something around there, it was the time when everyone was talking about the droughts that were coming and there was going to be hose pipe bans. So we designed the entire garden around drought tolerant planting. And then for the next probably 7 years it rained non-stop. So needless to say, not all the drought tolerant plants did too well. So a lot died, or some died, so my parents filled in with various bits and pieces, but things didn't really, they haven't gelled together very well. So for example, this plant here is too short for, you can't see it because it's being blocked by the phormium. So the Astelia is, you can't see it, so that's no use there. This Echinops has got far too big. It's absolutely loving it. It probably should be about half that size. So of course it's far too big to be on the end. So that needs to be moved into the middle there. And we've also got the problems with the Lavatera. Again, that's probably too big for that location. It's flopping over. And it just looks a bit bitty and not really together. You can see we've got some gaps here and some things are loving it and other things aren't. Now for me, there's enough wrong with this border that I think we need to dig up most things except some of the shrubs and start again. And the reason for that is because it's a bit like, for those of you that do writing, when you try and slot a sentence in the middle of a paragraph, it doesn't flow nearly as well as when you've written it in the first place, and it can feel jarring and disjointed. And whatever we put in here, because we've got some quite low-level things here, it means the things we put in the front have got to be even lower so that you can still see those things. So I think it would be much better if we move these forward and everything, so the pink phlox and the dwarf agapanthus here, which are a beautiful colour, they all need to be moved forward, and then we need to get the height right in the middle, so that Lavatera moved back. We could probably, that phormium's got so big, the spiky one, we could probably split that in half and move it around the garden. So I think, as you can see, there's so many things that need to move. If we try and rectify it by just adding more plants, that's not going to work too well. So if you've got a border like this, my advice is at the right time of year, dig everything up and start again if you can. With some shrubs, mature shrubs, it's not always possible, but I think in order to make this one look good, we definitely need to dig it up and start again. So once we've done that in the autumn, we'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. So if you'd like some design tips, do go to successfulgardendesign.com/wow, and you can download our cheat sheet on how to add the wow factor to your garden.